Beneath the polished surface of official records and public archives lies a darker, more enigmatic world, the realm of the secret files. These are the documents locked away in shadowy vaults, stamped with seals of confidentiality, or bearing the ominous classification, top secret. But how did this hidden world come to be, and what compels the most powerful institutions on Earth to conceal truths rather than release them? The practice of keeping secret files is far older than many imagine. While today we envision high-security databases and biometric locks, the origins stretch back centuries. In 16th-century Venice, the Council of Ten maintained meticulous dossiers on allies and enemies alike. These early secret files were handwritten, kept under lock and key, and their very existence was a closely guarded secret. The reason was simple. Knowledge was power, and information could be weaponized, sometimes against foes, and sometimes even against friends. This age-old practice of secrecy would find its ultimate expression in the 20th century. In the aftermath of the First World War, intelligence agencies began to emerge from the shadows. Suddenly, governments were producing, collecting, and classifying information on a massive scale. The Cold War then turbocharged this process. As the United States and the Soviet Union faced off in a global chess match, secret files became a matter of national survival. Every intercepted message, every spy report, every photograph snapped from a hidden camera was cataloged, coded, and sealed, often destined never to see the light of day. But these files weren't just about spies and soldiers. Sometimes their contents were far more unsettling. Governments compiled secret dossiers on their own citizens, tracking political activists, civil rights leaders, and even cultural icons. The FBI's infamous COINTELPRO files, for example, chronicled the surveillance and harassment of figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lennon. The release of these records, decades later, sent shockwaves through society, revealing a hidden history of paranoia and control. Not all secret files were born from sinister motives. At times, they were created to protect. During the Manhattan Project, thousands of documents detailing atomic research were kept under the highest secrecy to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. The secrecy was crucial, but it also fostered a culture of compartmentalization and mistrust. And then there are the secret files that have never been seen, the missing folders, the redacted memos, the burned documents. In 1973, as the Watergate scandal threatened to engulf an entire administration, From 1952 to 1969, it was the United States Air Force's systematic study of UFOs. Although the project officially concluded that most sightings were explainable, the release of its files decades later told a different story. Many of the documents, released under the Freedom of Information Act, were so heavily redacted, pages blacked out, witness names removed, significant details missing, that determining the actual events became nearly impossible. This pattern continues into the modern era. When the now famous 2004 USS Nimitz encounter was first investigated, pilots and radar operators reported tracking unidentified objects performing maneuvers far beyond the capabilities of any known aircraft. Yet, when the official report was released, substantial portions were redacted. Technical data, pilot testimonies, and even the precise coordinates of the encounter vanished behind thick black lines. The official explanation? National security. This is echoed in countless other examples. The 1980 Rendlesham Forest incident in England, investigated in part by U.S. military personnel, is another. The Bureau's report on the event, once declassified, was riddled with omissions. Key witness statements were missing, and crucial times and dates were obscured. Many who were present later argued that the official documentation did not match their experiences, with some even claiming they were warned against speaking publicly. Why does this happen? The official line is to protect sensitive information related to national security, technology, defense capabilities, or intelligence sources. Critics, however, argue that these actions often serve to suppress information that could challenge official narratives or reveal the limits of governmental knowledge. The result is a public left to speculate, to distrust, and to fill in the blanks with theories both wild and plausible. The silenced truth, buried beneath layers of black ink and bureaucratic caution, ensures that the mysteries surrounding these phenomena remain as potent as ever. As the decades pass, the echoes of what transpired in those shadowy corners of history refuse to fade. These events are not merely footnotes, they cast long, persistent shadows that continue to shape our understanding of power, secrecy, and the unknown. One of the most enduring aspects of this legacy is the way it has fueled popular culture. The chilling uncertainty surrounding these events has inspired countless novels, documentaries, and blockbuster films. Stories like The X-Files and Stranger Things draw directly from the real-life mysteries and government secrecy that shrouded these incidents, blurring the line between fact and fiction. Beyond entertainment, these echoes have profound societal implications. The secrecy and disinformation have led to a lasting mistrust in institutions. Many people still wonder, if authorities could conceal the truth back then, what else might be hidden from public view now? This skepticism has fueled everything from grassroots investigative journalism to wide-ranging conspiracy theories, reminding us that vigilance remains crucial. This legacy has also sparked technological and scientific curiosity. The enigmatic details have driven both amateurs and professional scientists to seek answers. Organizations dedicated to investigating the unknown owe their existence to the questions first raised in these dark historical moments. This curiosity has in turn led to legitimate advancements in fields ranging from radar technology to atmospheric science, as the search for answers pushes the boundaries of what we know. Yet, for all our progress, the lingering questions remain, haunting the edges of our understanding. Was there more to these incidents than we've been told? Do hidden files still sit locked away in government archives? Every so often, new information surfaces, declassified documents, new testimonies, fueling renewed debate. Each revelation is like a pebble dropped into a deep, dark well. The ripples reach far, but the bottom remains unseen. Perhaps the most enduring echo is the way these mysteries force us to confront the unknown. They remind us that despite all our achievements, there are still shadows at the edge of our knowledge. The legacy is not just in the facts, but in the questions themselves, the ones we keep asking, generation after generation, as we peer into the dark and listen for the echoes that might finally reveal the truth.